A few days ago, I discovered a YouTube channel called 1stAmender, which posted a video where he was debating a guy on trans people, and there were a few things that he said that I thought were kind of wrong, specifically on the usage of pronouns and whether or not you're an asshole for not doing it. And I was actually going to make a video on that video, sort of going through it and talking about it. But instead, I actually managed to find him on Discord, and I added him, and I was on the debate thing that he was on in that video, and I said, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna do this instead, and I'll make a video on this. So that's what I'm doing this video. After DMing him, we talked a bit, and he's actually pretty cool. Like, I have a feeling we're gonna be friends. We agree on a lot. But yeah, so enjoy the debate.
Let's see what else we get. Let's go ahead and bring up After Image. He came up first, so we'll go ahead and invite him to speak. 3354.
Yo, what's up?
How you doing, buddy?
Man, what's up? That was great.
I liked your YouTube videos. You
Thank
had
you.
two of them that were like solid, like you just talking with commentary. You got to make more of those.
Yeah, I will.
Absolutely.
I wanna try
I
to do more.
subscribe to your channel.
Thank
And
you.
I think you should absolutely make more. I thought I was thoroughly entertained on my car ride home. I'm one of those psychopaths that actually watch an entirety of a YouTube video and then comment.
You're one of those weirdos.
Yeah, I'm one of those weirdos that like looks at the whole thing and then I say the thing in response. I honestly thought other people were like me.
Yeah, no.
That's what I unironic but I had a single YouTube video that popped off. And what I mean by popped off, it had 2,000 views. That's not, I mean, it's not popped off by any imagination. It is to me, because most of my videos, 70, 80 views, and I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay. I'm happy with that.
I'd say that's
So when I
popping
saw
off for your subscriber count.
when I saw 2,000, I was like, woo, not bad. So I thought that was really cool. But like, here's the thing, right? There were so many comments disagreeing with me. And they were saying over and over shit that I already addressed in the video.
Oh, God.
and I was just like, wait. And I'm looking at the analytics, and it's like 3% of people watch the whole video.
Yeah,
it's a giant drop off within the first like 10 minutes. And I'm like looking at that, and I'm just like, wait a minute. Are these fucking people commenting and they're not watching the whole fucking video? I'm like, no fucking way. Are people that dumb?
Yeah.
They are. They really are that dumb.
It doesn't make any sense. I've never understood that. I've never understood it, especially if it's a comment that's like trying to make a point. Like, I don't understand why anyone would even think about that without going through the entire argument, which would just be the video.
No.
It's insane.
I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, what did you want to talk about? Is there anything in particular?
Yeah, man. So I had a few different ideas. This isn't really a, political or morality thing, but I was wondering what you thought about free will. Like, do you think it exists?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I agree on that. So
No, I think it's deterministic.
Uh-huh.
I have heard, or I used to hold the argument of compatibilism. And the reason why I was a compatibilist is because fundamentally the subatomic particles of the universe are random.
Yep.
Like purely random. Like their very property is the fact that they are random.
Yeah.
And given the fact that we have like neurons that act in a specific way, but at the end of the day, they're moving chemicals that are in fact subatomic, and so they have these random fluctuations that could influence or a difference in a behavior. But with that being said, I don't think that's what free will looks like, right? It's
Totally,
like you're
yeah.
making it, like the idea is like you're making a decision. You make this decision, and then like you're just like, okay, I made that, I did that, but it's at the end of the day, it is effectively your chemical predestinations that led to you to that, as well as your past experiences and all sorts of things that kind of got mapped onto your brain that causes those synapses to form and then act in that way. So, I mean, I was just like, yeah, I mean, it is deterministic. With that being said, I think we need to operate as if it's not deterministic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Because,
Okay.
I've talked to people about this before, and I can't even hypothetically, I'm trying to think of any possible way where free will could exist. And it only comes down to, I mean, everything in the universe, like no matter what, has to be either because of a reason or multiple reasons, or it's random. Like there's no in between that I can find. Right?
Yeah.
So, and free will doesn't really fit into either of those because it's not really free. It's either just random or deterministic. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way about it.
All right, cool. So we like agree on that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me think of something we'll disagree on. Yeah. So there was this one thing in your one video that kind of popped off recently. Was
the trans discussion.
Yeah. So you were arguing that it's like offensive or like you're a shitty person for misgendering someone after being corrected, even if it you don't mean offense by it, and it's just that you don't think trans people exist. So do you still feel that way, or did you change your mind, or?
No, I'm still there. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I want to try and convince you otherwise, because I don't see how it would be offensive, because the only thing that's different from them and someone who does correctly gender them is that they don't believe that trans people exist. So it's just the fact that they don't believe in that, and they're trying to use correct English. So I don't really see how that would be offensive, but what do you think?
Well, I disagree, Miss After Image.
Okay.
Miss After Image, sweetie.
Okay. Oh, you're
Sweetie.
trying to misgender me? Okay, well, but see, that's
Miss After Image. Calm down. You're yelling.
I mean, you're just wrong, though, but it's not like, I'm not offended by that. It's just you being wrong.
I mean, like, you could see how this could be offensive, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Not at all? Well, okay, do you think this could be offensive to other people?
I mean, people are offended by all kinds of stuff, but I don't think it's, like, objectively offensive, though.
Nothing is objectively offensive.
Okay, well, fair enough, but...
What is objectively offensive?
Fair enough. But, like, I don't think that because you're not... It would be one thing if you were saying that to annoy me or to, like, try and offend me. But if you genuinely just believe that I was...
What do you think people who are misgendering, do you honestly believe that they're just like, well, I just want to use correct English, y'all?
Well, no, I think, well, I mean, if someone doesn't believe in trans people, then yeah, they're trying to use correct English. But for sure, there's some people who are...
That's bullshit. They just don't like trans people. That's what it is.
Not...
I genuinely, heart of hearts, believe that. They just don't like trans people. And you're operating under the guise as like, oh, they just want to use correct English. No, they fucking don't. They use incorrect English all the time. Okay. If they cared about that, then they would have they better have fucking lickety-split, perfect English. They better have a spotless record in order to make that argument. I better not see any apostrophes like I need to see I am. I need to see this in MLA format. I better see a period after every, because they care that much.
No, I'm not saying it's like the most important thing to them, but if you just believe...
Obviously not.
But if you believe that someone's a woman or a man, then you're going to use pronouns that correlate with what you believe, right?
So it's what you believe, right? Mm-hmm. But let's say that there's now that tension. I'm saying you don't need to make that tension. You could just very, very easily just abide by what they're asking. Now, obviously, if they're being a crybaby, I kind of am on your side here. But if it's just like a person that's like, hey, if you could just call me by my gender, I'd really appreciate it. Like, I see no reason to do so. And the only reason not to do it is to be an asshole. That's pretty much it. I can't imagine any other reason. Because you would agree, English, that's not the reason, right? Correct English.
I will definitely say it's not always the reason. And in fact, it's probably most of the time not the reason. But I do think it's possible.
Okay. Like,
there are definitely some people in the world who genuinely aren't trying to be offensive, but they just don't believe in trans people, and they're just trying to...
That's fine. I mean, I don't, you could just say, like, trans people aren't real or whatever. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
But, like, again, it's like, I wouldn't go out of my way to be, like, terrible to a trans person.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see it as terrible. Like, I'm trying to imagine myself... Like, it could just be me. But, like, I'm trying to imagine myself where...
Well, it depends on the person.
Yeah, that's true.
There's, like I'm not... Again, I'm not going to go into a mosque serving pork.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. It's super offensive. I'm just not going to do it. Like, pork is delicious. I love barbecue. I do barbecue all the time. You should try my ribs. They're fucking excellent.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that in a mosque. Why? Because it's disrespectful. I wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, why would it be any different for trans people? Why specifically trans people?
Well, it's not specifically them. Because there's other things that I wouldn't find offensive, or I don't think should be offended. I mean, it depends. It depends. I'd say...
Say the N-word? Don't say the N-word.
No, I'm not going to say the N-word.
I don't think that should be. Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
So, would you say that it's is someone a shitty person based on someone getting offended by what they say, or whether or not they're trying to offend someone?
I think it is. Whether or not that it's them. Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So, is someone a shitty person if they say something and then someone gets offended by it, or if they say something to offend someone, like that's their intention?
The latter.
Yeah.
I can't think of a reason on the former, but maybe it's possible.
Yeah, I would agree with you. So,
okay,
if someone,
so why would somebody misgender somebody other than to piss them off?
If they don't believe that they're the gender that they're saying they are.
Okay, but then they're like, "Hey, please call me." I'm not asking you to believe their gender. I'm asking you to just remain respectful.
Okay, so if
right, I can't change someone's mind. I mean, but at least be respectful.
Okay, so let me think of a situation. Okay, so if we were hanging out and I wanted you to, like, I don't know, like refer to me as an apple or something, or like call me an apple or pretend that I am an apple.
All right.
Like, would you do it? Or would it be like...
I mean, I'm going to start by asking why.
Well, okay.
Step one is asking why. I'm going to be like, why? What is that?
Okay, what if I say, because I am an apple?
And
I want you to refer to me as such.
Why are you an apple again?
I was born... I was just born an apple. What can I say?
I mean, I would think you're intensely weird.
Okay.
But mostly because there's no, like, science behind that.
Okay,
but
well, that's the thing though, because
I mean, like,
don't believe in
are you
people.
getting really upset if I'm not calling you, dude? I would be like, yeah, sure, I'll call you an apple. I don't give a shit.
Okay, well, I don't know. I
would
guess
just
that's
call
where
you
we
an
disagree.
apple. I don't care. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, like I will agree
Like,
with
it's
you.
like at the end of the day, like, you probably have friends that are associated with my friends, and I just don't want to cause the friction. There's really no need to do that.
Yeah.
Right. And if everybody's like, dude, you're not calling them an apple. I'm probably just gonna,
but if you
like,
but
all
if
right,
you
dude,
didn't
you're an
call me an
apple.
apple,
It's fine. I don't
if you
care.
didn't call me an apple though, would that make you a shitty person though? Because I completely understand. Like I would agree with you. I would like I don't want to cause any friction
Maybe
unnecessary.
in the terms of the apple, maybe you wouldn't be a shitty person because it's. I mean, there's just no science backing it up, but there is science.
Yes.
Backing up trans people, and the
Totally.
only thing that is there going against trans people is literally just transphobes.
Yes, but the people who don't
So
believe
it's just
in trans
people who hate trans people.
the people who don't believe in trans people don't know about the science, or they don't believe in it, or they're just ignoring
No,
it.
not
or...
only do they not. So I think some of them do know, but they specifically just get a following out of it, and so they pick on a minority in order to get a following. You're kind of an asshole. It's as if that we're in the 1950s and you're subjugating black people, saying like, "Oh, you want civil rights? Well, you're not the same as us."
Yes, but that's not the situation.
I'd be like, "Wow, you're kind of a." No, but
agree there.
It's the equivalency. It's equivalent. Like, you're kind of a shitty person. I think they're on the wrong side of history. I think they're fucking up.
Okay. I don't think... I don't see how... Okay, so let's just start over. So I'm going to give you a exact situation of what I'm thinking. You're going to tell me if they're like a shitty person or not. So there's a person who does not believe that trans people exist. They either like haven't read up on the science, or they don't understand how anything works. Whatever. Maybe they're just stupid. But they don't believe that they exist for whatever reason. And then they're out with, hanging out with some trans person who wants them to call them by the gender that they are. And the person says, no, I'm not going to do that because that's not your gender.
Mm-hmm.
Like, respectfully, I don't want to cause any, friction or anything like that, but you're not that gender, so I'm just going to call you the gender that you actually are. Are they shitty for doing that?
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
Because you're like invalidating that person.
how are you invalidating them?
It's their identity.
Okay, but the person doesn't believe that that's their identity.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't matter if you believe or not believe. You're just being shitty to their identity.
But in their world, it's not their identity. And
Sure.
You said it was based off of their intention, whether or not they're shitty, not what actually is.
You may have me here. Hold on. So, run me through the logic real quick.
Okay. So, a person does not believe that trans people exist. So for them, in their world, trans people don't exist. Mm-hmm. And then they have a trans friend, or probably not friend, but they just know a trans person. They're out with them. Trans person asks to be called by their gender, and they say, no, I'm not going to do that because that's not what you are. Mm-hmm. They don't mean any offense by it, but they're just saying, I'm not going to do that. I want to call you what you actually are.
Why would you say that they don't mean any offense by it? You're just saying that...
because I'm saying that they're not trying to offend the person, and they want to try and de-escalate it if they can. But they're just informing them.
And so the way that you de-escalate it is by saying that this person's doesn't exist?
No, they think that they exist, but they just think they're like delusional or something.
Okay.
And because whether or not they're
how's that not shitty? They're basically saying to your face that you're delusional.
No, okay, but they genuinely believe that. They're not saying it to be offensive, though.
But
what?
Well, like, let me ask you this: do you think if there was a guy, mm-hmm. and they look at, like, I don't know, like a black dude, and he just thinks that like black people are dumb, and he like implies that they're dumb, you know?
Okay.
Like, look how bad they do on SAT scores. I'm not gonna treat them. I'm gonna treat them as if that they have a lower intelligence. Would that, like, what if they believed that in their heart of hearts? Are they a shitty person? I think so. Why not? Why wouldn't they be a shitty person? You're shitting on somebody on the basis of something they cannot control.
Let me think.
Say hi to my cat.
Hello, cat. I have my cat with me, too.
Do you want to see my cat?
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't like to be picked up. Pepper.
Aw.
She's my cat. Sorry.
So what do you mean by they would treat them as if they're dumb? Like, what kind of stuff would they do?
I don't know. Maybe he gives like there's like a school project, and he gives all the black people the easy work.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just coming out of that out of nowhere. Like, and then I don't know. Maybe like a white student's just like, why are you giving the black people like the coloring books and stuff? Like, we need actual work done, like the research. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, well, I just think they're dumb.
Okay.
I mean, wouldn't he be kind of a piece of shit?
Well, no, because if he genuinely believes that is the case, because now imagine this situation. Imagine that he's right? So imagine he actually is right. No, I'm not saying he is. I'm saying imagine a world where that's true. Would he be a shitty situation? Would he be shitty then?
I mean, if he's told the facts,
it doesn't matter what the facts are.
Assuming that he doesn't. I guess if they're truly in a vacuum, ignorant, then no, they wouldn't be a shitty person. They're just ignorant.
Okay,
that's fair, but they're not in a vacuum, and it's quite often that people who are anti-trans, they have heard the spiel. Mm-hmm. They just don't believe it. And I can show them all the stats, all the figures, all the statistics. I can take them through the individual chemicals. I can show them the chemical disorders that come about for trans people. I can show the neurobiological basis, the psychological basis. I can show all of these things. Mm-hmm. They do not believe trans people exist. And then there I am fighting among 2,000 people posting on that one YouTube video saying shit that I've already debunked within 3 minutes. Okay. They're hating on trans people. They're saying, I'm sorry, they're not real.
Yeah.
It's so in a vacuum, you'd be correct. But in reality, it's literally just people hating on trans people.
Okay, so
it's just being shitty to trans people.
So if they're unable to be convinced, or they are just unable to like take in information and actually learn from it or whatever, then that is what makes them shitty? Their inability to learn?
No.
What?
No, ignorance is still not that.
Okay, what is it?
Because you're referring to ignorance, which I conceded that, yes, that would not be you being shitty. It's just you being ignorant.
Okay, so why don't they learn then in real life? What do you think?
That's complicated. I mean, just ideological motivations. They were told a very specific thing, throughout the teens, and now there's more and more positive trans movements, and they just see this as breaching into their own identity. There's a lot of right-wing media that says that like the establishment is against them and it's wrong, and you can't really trust them.
Okay.
There's so much.
I mean, it sounds like they're being brainwashed, though.
It's
not like
I agree.
Okay, so they're not really choosing. I mean, they are, but
no, they're choosing. They're choosing. They're getting the information, but they're choosing.
They're choosing under heavy
act
influence.
as if it's that the world is not deterministic. If that makes any sense.
No, but you can act as if the world is okay, sure. But what I'm saying is, because we know for a fact, like that's my whole point. Yes, the world is deterministic, but there are reasons, like there's no, we have reasons to explain everything, even with the world being deterministic. Like why law should exist, why it's not okay to just go and rob someone or kill someone. We have all that, down. Even if it's not their free choice, it's still not okay because it affects the quality of life of everyone else in the society. And that's why we can't allow it. So so in here we also have a reason, which is that it's the intention that makes them shitty, not what they know or what they think they know.
Yeah, that's fine. We already agree with that.
Okay, well, cool then.
I'm just saying, like, the lack of, like, it's not the lack of knowledge. They have the knowledge. They just don't like trans people. It literally all it is just them go, trans people ick. It make me go ick. Me no like. Me hate trans people
I think
now.
we're sort of drifting into
Joe Rogan say so. No, I don't know if it's Joe Rogan saying it, but you know what I mean. Right?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. But I think we're sort of drifting to like what is most likely in reality, or like stuff that we've actually observed, which is not really what my point is. My point is like when in the video you were saying that it was shitty even if they had no ill intent, but I think I've like sort of convinced you now, so we're good on that.
Wait, when did I ever say that it was like what? Even if they have no ill intent?
In the video, you can go rewatch the video. You said that a few times.
If the person wants to dialogue, let's say the person's dialoguing with you, like they're having a debate, and they just keep calling the person her when it's a biological male. And I'm sorry, the person wants to be called her, and it's a biological male, and the person they're debating with just keeps referring to them as a him. But they do it in good. They're doing it sincerely. They're not just trying to offend them. That's just they literally
doing it out of mistake.
No, they're doing it. They're doing it intentionally because they're referring to the person. Okay. But they're not going to change.
You just kind of suck. You're like a shitty person, and like
in this hypothetical, the trans person would say, "I prefer that you call me a she, even though it's a biological male." Okay. And then the person on the other side would say, "Yeah, respectfully, I'm going to decline that." Okay, respectfully, I'm going to decline that. I'm not going to refer to you in that way.
Garbage,
okay.
Bro.
But if it's a biological female that's wants you to call Mr., I think that you can choose to deny that based on your principles, and people
sure
do.
About that, Miss Andrew. Miss Andrew, sweetie, please, Miss Andrew.
Yeah. Look, you can do that, but see, you're purposely just trying. But see,
yeah, but see how it's like being an asshole.
But of course, because you're intending on doing that. Obviously,
that's what
the difference.
They're doing.
No, I disagree with you. Disagree.
Even if they have no ill intent, I do not recall saying that.
Yeah, you definitely did. That's why I wanted to talk to you about it.
Timestamp me.
Okay, I'll
timestamp it. There's no fucking. Either I'm not communicating it right, because I don't think I ever believed that.
I'll send it to you. All
right, that's fine. Fine. I could just be misremembering. Of course, you could be 100% right here.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm willing to like for the sake of like just being in good faith. Like, yes, sometimes I'm wrong, which is
For sure.
fine.
Yeah.
I'll upload it. You know, I'll say, hey, I'm wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of all. I can't really think of anything
Cool, man.
much more. But yeah, dude, good chat.
Okay.
I'm feeling we're
Yeah,
gonna be
man,
friends.
good talk.
We have a lot of similar thoughts on stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next person.
For sure, yeah. See you, man. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to 1stAmender. His link to his channel will be in the description. Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel, too, if you're not. Have a good day.